to go further in the game. DT goes down fairly quickly. Cal, meanwhile, is going to fight back here. More Zealots out there for Snow, so Cal might be pushed back just here a little bit. Still not sure, don't think he has range still. Very nice job of avoiding those Zealots, not letting them the hits, even keeping one Dragoon back for reinforcements, and doing a great job of sniping down those more Dragoons. More reinforcements coming in there for Snow, but they're not going to be able to help him out. Actually, yeah, there we go. Cal actually only sending 4 forward, so he's going to be forced to retreat a little bit back to his natural expo, where he is going to have more forces there to deal with. Snow, meanwhile, going to be able to get the Observer finally inside of Cal's base. Additional gateway coming up as we speak as well. But still, Snow in a rather bad position to be in. Cal getting his own robotics facility up. I assume this is going to be for Reavers. Not going to go for any more GTs. An Observer there for Snow, just running around, flying around, seeing the 3rd and 4th gateway. Unfortunately for Snow, Cal also has his 2nd natural expansion coming up. Snow just now plopping down his nat. And I honestly feel he should have been quicker. I honestly feel the minute that damage was done and ran away, he should have, instead of going for the... I understand the point of the counterattack. I understand that's actually what... The most important thing, trying to catch Cal off guard, trying to do as much damage as possible, but his natural expansion should have been up as quickly as humanly possible. And I still feel he's behind. He's going to be behind in production and economy. And that's just going to be the further long games. If he had managed to do something significant with that force that he pushed out, he would have been in a good position. But now he's facing 2 gateways against 4. Cal's Dragoons have range now. Cal's Dragoons are ready. He's going to have Reavers out there soon enough. I'm not even sure whether Snow's going to... I don't see any shuttle out there. I'm not even sure he's going to afford it. Just going to add gateways right now. I honestly feel maybe trying to go for the earlier Reaver could have been a strategy for him. Observatory on the opposite side, actually, so Cal going to get an Observer in there for himself as well. Just going to play safe. He knows he's in an economic position. Doesn't need to take any risks. He doesn't need to take the risk of a shuttle with a Reaver inside to go out there and possibly lose it. Also rather large investment, so he can just keep the ground troops. But he has to be careful just in case Snow does decide to go for Reavers, because with Reavers, you can really turn the game back into your favor. Let's see, 6 or 7 Dragoons out there for Cal. He needs to mass a significantly larger force, I believe, before he actually tries to go for anything, though. Doesn't really have enough out there to do anything with. Second gas now on the way for Cal, and Snow hasn't even saturated his natural yet, only just now transferring a few probes, while Cal, of course, managed to transfer just a huge bunch right out of the gates, because he didn't have to rebuild a significant, about 10 to 12 probes. Rebuild, respawn, I guess. More Zealots coming out there for Cal as well. Wondering if he's going to get speed. He does have a Citadel of Dune out there, so he might get speed on Zealots. They're going to act as a nice blitz force at the front of his at the front of his Dragoons at the back of them, if that made any sense for those that... Bet a lot of people, when they listen to me talk like, French and English language, ow! Kind of like basically wince when they hear the English language. Upper right-hand base, I believe that's Snow actually plopping up a base there. I actually like this play, trying to plop down an extra base at the upper right-hand position. If they get spotted, he's screwed. That's it. But if it doesn't get spotted and the game goes on for a while now, it is what you want to do. You want to try to be a base over your opponent when you've been behind significant time. Cal actually also going to expand at the 9 o'clock position, so he's just going to be a little bit behind. But I'm not even sure if Snow going to be able to saturate that. Cal meanwhile going out there with Observer. Oh, barely gets a kill. Snow barely managed to pick it off, so that's one scout that Cal doesn't have inside that base. Meanwhile, though, is going to think about putting down the 9 o'clock position and still have Observers out there. Adding in more gateways, going to be on 6 very soon. The opposite side, I believe, Snow is on 4 at the moment. But both players have 2 bases saturated, and Snow actually just now, I believe, going to warp in his 3rd. So he's going to try to get as many probes going there as possible, try to pick that base up. But I think Cal very soon is going to have a force that he feels comfortable with enough to move out. Just now that Next is going to start warping in, and we're going to be seeing a lot of probes being produced there. But I think Cal now, if he spots that upper right hand, he's going to be able to go and crush it, I believe, just with a small force. Even though just with that move, he might force a counterattack from Snow, kind of walking him into a trap. But I just don't think he spotted it. He hasn't really sent his observers, all over the place. Now putting it on a forge and getting some High Templars going, so he's going to have some Storm. Going to go the High Templar route rather than Reavers. But I feel that the longer the game goes on, actually, the more Cal loses his window, his economic edge, his production edge. The more Snow's going to get slowly back into this game. He's also doing a very good job of sniping those observers. Cal, unfortunately, just using Observer, trying to get a scout inside of Snow's base when he should be scouting around the map. Scouting for something funky, because when you're in a desperate position, when you're behind, you want to do something crazy. You want to, get a lead any way you can, and Cal should actually be expecting it. Although I think if an engagement happens into when Cal sending out Probe Scout now, so definitely feeling a little, what's going on. Actually going to just go towards the cook-up position, so it doesn't seem like he's going to run towards the upper right. So he's not going to spot that base there. Definitely see it on his minimap, does not know about that, but it does look like he's getting himself ready to go, and I think he's just going to have the superior force. He only has a couple High Templar, but I think both of them will at least have one Storm each, and 2 Storms on a mass of Dragoons is going to give you an advantage, especially when your opponent does not have any Storm, and I don't think Snow has any High Templar yet. Meanwhile, now Probe here at the Tolkok position, it looks like it's more to block a Nexus rather than anything else. He's moving across the map. That army does get spotted, so Snow's going to have to prepare himself for engagement. He does have a nice bridge to fight across, but he has no High Templar, so if those storms manage to come down, and Cal does look like he has a superior force, has Zealots with speed to run right across, and his Templar to come right afterwards and do a lot of storming. Snow actually doesn't look very consolidated. 3 High Templar actually. They're going to be seeing 1 beautiful storm on... Oh, another nice storm on Zealots and Dragoons. 3rd storm as well, catching a lot. That's going to be a lot right there. Zealots also coming in and engaging. No more storms, but Dragoons are finally falling up. All the probes coming off the line. Cal going to run across the bridge. Start off by engaging from range with those Dragoons. Doesn't really need to run across, but he has a bunch of Zealots. Picked off most of the Zealots of Snows right now. Snow being forced to back off. Lost a lot of his probes as well. He's going to have very little to hold back, and GG as Cal just bludgeons in before Snow. Snow knew that he was playing delaying game at that point. He had to get that new base saturated. But Cal, as soon as he had those forces, just Snow not managing to eke up a stronger economy in time. Maybe, say, 2 to 3 more minutes. I think Snow would have had more production going. 5 minutes, the game would have maybe even equaled out, if not, in Snow's advantage. But Cal managing to equal that out, so he's going to move on to the winners match and face off against Light. GG guys, wrenching out the assisting. Hope you enjoyed.